Raise your hand if you are hyped for Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And this latest trailer does nothing but just take that hype up to another level. Welcome everybody, Jimmy or Chaos. Welcome to the Chaos Multiverse. Today we are going to break down the latest Let There Be Carnage Venom trailer. The official trailer breakdown. Drop a like if you guys are excited for it. And we're giving away a PlayStation 5 every month on this channel. Subscribe. Like any video you want to enter, leave a comment who your favorite Marvel character is, and include your Twitter handle so I can get hold of you if you actually win. Thank you for all the support and love on the channel, guys. Let's get into this. Let's break down everything that we found out about this trailer. And if you guys want the full article breakdown, I'll put a link in the description to Multiverse Direct where you can go check it out yourself. So we already know the film is going to be following Eddie Brock, and he's going to have a meetup with serial killer Cletus Kasady, who, well, he was teased at the end of the first movie. And it's discovered that an alien symbiote has actually gotten to Cletus. So that's how we are going to get Carnage in the trailer. Now, in this trailer, we actually get our first glimpse of Venom, who, of course, is played by Tom Hardy, and he's hanging from a building, which that could actually be a reference to the first time we saw a live-action version of the symbiote in Spider-Man 3, which was directed by Sam Raimi back in 2007. If you guys remember, our Tobey Maguire Peter Parker, who we may see in the near future, bonded with that symbiote and hung from a building where Eddie fused with the same symbiote. But if you don't remember that, it's okay. So we move to the next scene, and it is Venom. Well, he's attacking a criminal. He's playing that anti-hero role to protect some woman that we don't know who it is, but it goes dark. It turns dark because Venom takes the criminal's head and he kind of bites it right off. So you go kind of from anti-hero to monster to anti-hero, and this is what Venom does. He's an anti-hero. He will save lives, but he'll take one in its place in a heartbeat, which is why people kind of attach to him. Then we start to hear the song playing in the background. One is the Loneliest Number starts to play, which is kind of ironic because Eddie and Venom will never be alone again. They are attached and fused together forever. Now, this music actually plays throughout the entire trailer, and it takes on a sinister overtone once we get Carnage in the trailer. Then we are presented with Eddie and Venom playing in his apartment. Just good soulful content right here. Now, Venom is getting upset with all of Eddie's rules and even refers to himself as a predator who is getting sick of being locked in the apartment as though he's in a cage, which is funny because the dynamic of the two is they can never split. Venom even breaks Eddie's nose in anger, which is crazy, and then he jokes about it, and then he heals it, and then he breaks it again, which is absolutely hilarious to me. Then we shoot over to the Ravencroft Institute, which, if you know your comics at all, that's an insane asylum. And then we see Shrike, played by Naomi Harris, who has a huge role in the comics as Kasady's love interest. We don't know how big that role is actually going to be or prominent in the movie. It looks like we're going to explore Eddie and Venom's relationship, so we'll have to wait and see. So as we explore Eddie and Venom, they kind of give them that vibe like they're an old married couple. They're agitated with each other. They're irritated with each other because they can't get away from each other. Venom even calls out Eddie for being a loser, which that contrasts to the first movie where they were both losers. Now, Eddie is the only loser, and Venom has risen above that. Kind of Venom's way to detach himself, if you will. And that may be setting up something in the future movies where Venom tries to split with Eddie. We'll have to wait and see. So, we move over to Cletus. And it seems that Cletus has a connection to Eddie, and he won't talk to any other reporter other than Eddie Brock, which is kind of weird, and he may have already had some knowledge of Eddie's little buddy, which is why he tells Eddie, "What's yours is mine." And then he proceeds to bite Eddie's hand to extract the symbiote from his bloodstream, and you already know what happens next. He even makes the remark that he has tasted blood before, and that's not it. So he knows exactly, well, he doesn't know exactly, he knows what he's doing. Now, in the comics, Carnage is the offspring of Venom, which could be the case here, because Cletus with Carnage, I mean, he sucked out Eddie's blood instead of coming into physical contact with it. This could be the same thing. You could say it's their take on the comic version of it being a offspring. Now, Carnage will be heavily connected with blood in this movie as he hides within Cletus's bloodstream and even blocks a lethal injection when they try to kill Cletus from entering his blood. So, same as Venom, Carnage can protect his host whenever he wants to. Go back to Venom breaking Eddie's nose and then healing Eddie's nose. Even the Mad Symbiote's appearances look like a bloodier version of Venom, which that had to be pretty tricky to kind of make Carnage look like just a worse version of Venom. I mean, come on, Venom is nasty enough. Then we are shown a clip of Carnage escaping the Ravencroft Institute and being shot at. Now, there's something a little out of place here, okay? The symbiote opens up its torso to avoid the bullets from hitting it. Now, Venom wouldn't be able to do this from what we know. He acts like a suit of armor for Eddie, and so opening a hole in a torso would allow the bullet to actually hit Eddie. But Cletus and Carnage, they seem to be different in this. Rather than a suit of armor like Venom provides, it looks like it comes out of the host and becomes one complete thing instead of two separate entities that are kind of bonded together. So two bodies being connected, one inside the other, is Eddie and Venom, but Carnage and Cletus looks like it's a whole different dynamic. Now, fans want to see the true Carnage go just nuts. They want to see true Carnage, no pun intended. And I think it's pretty safe to say that this is going to happen. You know it is. We see Carnage murdering a prison guard by sticking its long tendril tongue right down the guard's throat, which is absolutely nasty, and that's probably just one of many, many gory scenes we're going to see with this villain. Then the trailer goes on to give us another funny interaction between Eddie and Venom, where Venom actually retracts himself into Eddie to hide away from Carnage, and then Venom mentions to Eddie that he's threatened by Carnage due to the fact that he is a red symbiote. So it is possible that we could get references, or it be part of the storyline, the actual symbiote homeworld of Clintar. And if that's true, red symbiotes were more violent and even more powerful than others. And if Venom knows this, that hints back to he's already known Carnage, or at least a type of symbiote like Carnage, and he knows how dangerous he can be. But Eddie brings Venom back out by telling the symbiote he can eat everybody, doesn't matter, he could eat Carnage, doesn't matter, and Venom responds and he suits up and says, "Oh yeah," just like the old Kool-Aid Man reference. If you remember the Kool-Aid Man that busts through the brick wall, oh yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Now, it is super, super clear to everybody. Carnage is going to have the upper hand in this movie for most of the movie. He's bigger, he's stronger. Venom admits that he's a red symbiote, he's scared of him. They want it to feel like Eddie and Venom don't really have a shot in this fight. And every time we see the two battling, at least the brief moments we get, it looks like Venom is losing. And then in the final shot of this trailer, we see Venom look up to Carnage, and you can just kind of tell how bigger and badder of a being that Carnage is over Venom. And it also makes you root for Venom and Eddie in a bigger way, even though they're kind of the anti-hero, as everybody knows. So we get to the final section of the trailer, and it shows Anne, who is played by Michelle Williams, showing off an engagement ring to Eddie Brock. And it reveals she has become engaged to Dr. Dan, which neither Eddie nor Venom is truly thrilled about. We'll have to see where that actually goes. The trailer was awesome, and they did exactly what they needed to do. They needed to depict Carnage as a being that could definitely take it all, and they did that. Now, is that going to happen? Well, you know how these usually turn out, but we'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be exciting. The only bummer is at the end of the trailer, they didn't give us that September release date. They just said coming this fall, which could hint to a delay. I talk about that in another video very, very soon. You guys can check that one out, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know if you caught anything that we missed, any Easter egg references or anything. Remember, you can check out the full article over at Multiverse Direct. The link is in the description as well. Go check out Multiverse Direct. Bookmark it. We put up articles every single day. I'll see you guys soon.